Hey guys, so in today's video I decided that I was gonna go and talk about a topic that I haven't seen a lot of videos out there about. It's basically how to organize your vaping gear. This is just a couple of methods that I found that work really well and aren't that expensive. Instead of throwing all of your stuff into a drawer like in your kitchen or a desk drawer or something like that, you can go out and get yourself a couple of things at a hardware store and at a pharmacy that, or you might even have them lying around your house that can help you organize your stuff. So I've got here for on the go traveling. I picked myself up a little diabetic supply pouch, and I'll show you that up close in a little bit. This pouch was probably about $10 at the pharmacy, so it's cheap and I think it works really well. Over here, I picked myself up a fishing tackle box. This is where I keep all of my equipment when I'm not using it, and all of my e-juices and stuff, and I'll show you how I've organized it up close in a little bit too. So here we go. So for on the go, if I'm going out somewhere and I've got a backpack with me or something, or if I'm going on a trip somewhere, I'll take one of these. This is actually a diabetic pack. It's just for diabetic supplies. I got it at the pharmacy, about $10 I think it was. And basically in the top here on the outside, open that up, I keep a little bit of tissue. I had some Q-tips in there, but I used them to clean some connectors. But you can put, your little emergency cleaning supplies in there. When you go on the inside, there's a little zipper here. So yeah, you go inside, you got a lot of pouches and stuff. I'll keep batteries in these pouches, they're inside of it. So you got a bunch of pouches to store stuff. You got a little zip pouch in there, so I'll put spare atomizer heads in there. Batteries, juice, tanks, other devices, chargers maybe. It's really good for carrying around on the go. It keeps everything nicely organized and protected. So be sure to get yourself a diabetic pack like this, or you can also go down to your vape shop and pick up a hard case, like the Ego hard cases or something, and you can store your stuff in those too. Although I find those are maybe a little bit more expensive and have a little bit less storage space in them. So right here I've got my vaping box that I picked up at Canadian Tire. It is just a Plano branded box. You can pick these up for about $13. It's just a tackle box, a fishing tackle box, and I just use it to organize all of my equipment, my tanks, atomizers, batteries, etc. So I've got in the top, I've got atomizer coils up here, like the atomizer heads up here. I've got Q-tips and paper clips just for cleaning and the occasional pulling up of connector pins and the 510 connections if by chance I accidentally tighten on a tank a little bit too tight. I've got devices. I put my iTaste here when I'm not using it, my iTaste SBD. I've got my Vamo there. Ego batteries go here. I've got my 650 milliamp ones on the charger right now. Put my 18650 batteries in this slot here. Got some accessories for tanks, miscellaneous items like bases for the Stardusts, and the little condoms for atomizer heads, and little pieces of tanks that I've kept just in case I want to rebuild some of these down the road. So I've got some Stardust heads and stuff in there, and I've got drip tips, Stardust ones. My one from that came with my Vivinova actually is my Pro Tank one. Usually I like the chrome look of it. And this is a 2-level case, so I've got all that stuff in the top, but if I go down to the bottom, This is where I just keep, let's see if I can get this open. So this is where I keep bottles of juice, tanks. I've got my tanks out right now, but I'll keep some tanks down there. And I've got my chargers over here. So that's basically how I've set it up. I've labeled everything with a Sharpie just so I know where everything goes. And I think it works pretty well for $13. So if you got a chance to, pick one of these up at your local hardware store, or a store like Canadian Tire that just carries, you know, fishing stuff, tackle boxes or tool boxes. And I think it works really well. It's cheap and it organizes your stuff. This is what I use to get rid of that dreaded vaping drawer, the messy vaping drawer with all my vaping kit in it. So now it's all nicely organized and I just store it on a shelf, and it keeps everything well organized. So I hope that those couple of ideas for organizing your vape stuff have been helpful, and if you have any comments or you want to see other videos like this, make sure to comment below, and don't forget to subscribe. See you on the next video, guys. Happy vaping.